So this is the car ride to Better Buzz.
Soldi, 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 tanti soldi, beati siano I soldi, I bene amati soldi, perché chi ha tanti soldi vive come un pascià e a piedi caldi.
I guess my first question to you would be, what is like an everyday activity that you do on the weekends, like when you're not at school? like when you take off the professor hat and you put on the Mr. Smith hat, what do you do?
I walk quite a bit, do some physical exercise. I'd like to tell students when they see me on the treadmill that I'm trying to keep 2 steps in front of the coffin. But so I'll climb Cowles Mountain every once in a while and do things like that. Just I enjoy being outside like that.
Oh, so you're an outdoorsy type?
Well, yeah.
So you like camping and hiking, and you like the whole lot.
Well, my wife wouldn't say I'm much of a camper. But, yeah, she thinks.
Well, it's called glamping. If you go out and you bring your iPad and a blow-up mattress, it's called glamping at that point. I'm all for glamping. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I forget exactly what street Better Buzz is on, but it's one of these. I'm hoping it's either this one or the next one. So now there's 2 people here waiting for us.
Wonderful.
And we're gonna set up, and then we're gonna order our coffees and sit down.
Great.
We'll get into it.
Love my coffee.
That was the light roast. Those easygoing questions. Now we're getting into dark roast. This is where you come from. Yeah, dark roast. Where you come from, and your upbringing, and all that stuff. So take me back to Michigan.
Okay. I grew up in a very small community, 450 people. Very provincial. 12 or 13 of us who graduated started kindergarten together. I graduated in a class of 22.
And what city is this in?
New Lothrop, Michigan, a very small village in Michigan. My dad was an assembly line worker at Buick for a number of years, and then he worked at another small factory in Owasso, Michigan. But we would probably have been considered lower middle class people, but never missed a meal. Dad was a good provider. We had a really comfortable home. My mother did very well, good cook. We had a big family outside of my brother and I in our immediate family. My mother's family was very large. And so I just grew up spending my life between family, the school, and the church. So that was the 3 institutions most important to me.
A lot of people have, when they're like Old Testament or New Testament professors or teachers, always have that one moment that really stuck out to them. That's what brought them to faith, or that's when they knew that they wanted to. When did you always know that this is what you wanted to do, or?
I always had very deep religious sensibilities. Okay.
Always?
Yeah, always. I don't remember not wanting to be a Christian, but I really felt a call to ministry right after I graduated from high school. So with that, as I would say, I responded to that call and went to Bethany Nazarene College to prepare for ministries. And in my sophomore year, met my wife-to-be, and we just have had a really good life together.
How'd you guys meet?
I'll tell you the story. It was in late October. Bethany did not have a 11-man football team or anything, but they played flag football, 8-man.
It's more than Point Loma.
And yeah, that's right. But I was down watching a flag football game. I'd had a head injury in high school playing football, and so I couldn't play any contact. And so they get pretty rugged playing flag football, you know. And so I was down watching the game, and there was a girl in my class who came, and she had this freshman girl with her. And so they came up and sat by me in the stands, and it was a rather cool evening, and I had one of those Michigan coats on, and so they kind of snuggled up to both sides to keep warm a little bit. And I said, I like this.
Yeah.
And so I walked him back to the dorm. And
you didn't do the classic stretch and put the arm around?
I can't remember, but probably. But I walked him back to the dorm and found out who Gail was, and called her up. And we've been dating ever since. And she's been a wonderful wife, companion, friend, and just keeps me straight. So I'm grateful, blessed.
I feel like that'll do it, right?
Okay.